Silvia, thank you for taking the time to have a quick chat with me about ale.
Thank you for having me.
To get us started, as I usually ask, how many ales have you been to?
So I really did a retrospective before this interview, and since 2017, I think I only missed one edition.
Hmm,
So it should have been five: Prague, Porto, Zurich, Vilnius, and Budapest.
cool. So we started at the same time. Prague was also my first. Didn't know.
It seems so. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So you've been regularly almost to everyone since uh, 2017. What makes you come back?
Oh wow. I think first of all is the fact that it's not an usual conference where you have like a dedicated agenda and speakers. So everything is organized and you are just choosing, you just have to choose the stage and what you want to listen. So I really like the fact that the agenda is built by the people uh, in the spot. And many of us, I think that we propose a session after having some important conversations that are happening in industry. So I would say that the agenda is very up to date with what we need. So this is something that I really like about Ale. Um, and of course, the networking, the community spirit. Um, you know that after one ale, you get in love with people, with the vibe, with everything, and being a regular, it starts to feel like having a good time with some old friends. It's more like a retreat, I would say.
Hmm.
Like, and you get to travel in another place every year. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So there might already been some of these things in there, but for you, compared to other conferences, what makes the difference about Ale in terms of maybe how it functions, how it's structured? And you mentioned open space and that
Hmm.
the agenda is made by the people on the spot. But is there anything else that you'd say, oh, this is specific about Ale?
Yeah, for sure. I think there is something for everyone. Um, the content is so various from, I don't know, meditation, self-development topics, but also like pragmatic topics uh, of agile, lean, or change management. Maybe it's something like expertise and vulnerability meets together there. It's very mixed. And I find it hard to not get value from spending a few days there. But for me specifically, it helped me a lot because Ale creates this safe space to discover yourself, to get outside your comfort zone. And for example, for me, public speaking was something that I was struggling with for years. And I would never maybe put myself as a speaker on a big conference agenda, but at Ale in 2007, I had the courage to propose my first session, and I felt very safe, very good, like in a safe space, and not being judged and not being afraid of doing that. So for me, it was like a very, very big deal. So maybe
Cool.
this it's something that helped me being so chill about this interview right now because it got me there outside a bit and said, okay, you can do this. It's not so scary.
Hmm. Do you have an idea what creates that safe space, or what created it for you?
Mm, meeting the people around. And seeing how much easiness they get when you start a conversation about something and it's like, oh, I should propose tomorrow a session about this. It's a very nice topic. Would you like to join? And it's like it's very collaborative and very easy to go. I don't know. And maybe also because it's not mandatory to be like the speaker with the presentation and slides and everything figured out. You can also just invite people to a conversation or facilitate something. So I think it helps you start it
Mm.
with this public speaking fear or getting out the comfort zone of proposing topics.
Yeah. So if I had to say it in my own words, maybe it's the like how it's perceived and invited by others, but also role modeled by others. Like, oh, I just had this conversation and now I'm proposing a session because I'm interested in it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And it's also validate somehow. For me, it was a like a huge validation having this kind of one-on-one conversations or networking outside the sessions and seeing that the discussion, the topic that I brought up in an informal way was something that was really worth it to put it out there on the agenda. And somehow, maybe there are also like some topics that no one would bring on on a conference or on a public speaking scenario because you don't know that it's something that would reach to people. So it's that feeling, for example, in the agile coaching world, it's nice somehow to feel like, okay, I'm not the only one in this world that have this problem. So we get there and talk about like really, really deep topics, really important topics that could help us succeed in our role.
Mhm. Cool. Thank you for that story. Really enjoyed it. So, with the last question, what's your favorite part about the conference?
Favorite part? There's no one favorite part. Um, I I think that there are two ways of bringing up an event. So it's being very organized and knowing exact what is happening at what hour and at what place. And there are also these like facilitated events, and Ale is somewhere in between, maybe, because there are things that you expect and things that are self-facilitated, maybe, because you set some rules for the community, for the public, and they get to be very self-organized. So yeah, maybe this is it. This is about. We are talking a lot about self-organizing in an agile mindset, and we really bring a self-organized conference out there.
Mm.
Um, the part that I like most, I think, is this facilitation of activities that connects people. And I will give an example. I like very much when I get to the conference in the first day, and in the opening we have some facilitated activities to get to connect with people that you don't know,
Mhm.
and this creates connections and networking and conversations that you will have with people during the 3 days of the conference. So I think these
Yeah.
facilitated activities. And of course, also dinner with a stranger where you get to have dinner with random people that are writing their names on a flip chart. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. I like that you brought up the connection activities. I don't think anyone has mentioned those yet, but I agree. I think they are essential to create that safe container that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, because otherwise, the regulars, we know people, and we will feel like spending time with the people that we know, and
Mm.
create these silos. But having these activities for the newcomers, it's a mix and match that it's happening so all the time every year. It's like you're expanding your network and your connection.
Yeah, makes sense. Is there anything else that you would like to add before we wrap up? And you would say, no, without this, the story of Ale is not complete.
Hmm. Yeah, there's another part. That's another part that I really really like, and I feel that it's very inclusive. The fact that we get to choose the next day. So I think that's brilliant. Again, in a facilitated way. So I really like that like battle between which city I will see next year.
Yeah,
Um, and I think everyone should try at least once to come to A because we know that we will get you and you will come back.
yeah.
And can wait for
The
the next edition.
uh, I just mentioned that in a conversation I had a couple of days ago to someone who's never been, and I said, "Well, I know this is the one time I'm hosting it. It's never going to happen again. It's like winning the Olympics. So you make sure you give it your best because it's your only chance." Yeah, I like that part as well very much. Cool. Thank you so much, Sylvia, for sharing your experiences with the Ale event and community with us. I'll look forward to see you soon in Munich. It's not too long now.
Thank you. Can wait.